So Richard, you'll be our first singer this evening, and then it'll be Tara. Over to you, Richard.
Well, I thought I was actually going to play a tune this time rather than sing, if that's acceptable.
Tune away.
Swedish, not exactly a polska. It's a Hambo, which is sort of related to a polska, but it's not quite. If it's too loud or too quiet, somebody sort of gesticulate and tell me, then I'll need to adjust something.
Thanks, Richard. If I'd known you were going to do a tune, you probably should have really gone in the middle of the session rather than starting, and then we'll probably have a positive for the rest of the evening. Never mind. Thank you. Good way to start, anyway. So, almost certainly a singer, and then it will be Pal.
I like that.
Are you there, Tara?
She's muted.
Okay, yes. I'm trying again. Can you hear me properly?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay. I was too quick. I was just saying it was really nice for me to hear a bit of music to start off with. I'm going to sing a protest song. I don't know why.
Your voice is very quiet, Tara.
Well, I'm going to have to put the guitar down then, because when I pick the guitar up, I'm too far from the microphone, and I can't hold the microphone while I play the guitar. So I'm going to do just the microphone. Is that better? Okay.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yes. So I'll do it without the guitar anyway. So here's a protest song, even though I've got nothing really to protest about. My life is very happy and wonderful and épanoui. But here we go. Where, oh, where is our James Connolly? Where, oh, where is that gallant man? He has gone to organize the union, that working men might yet be free. Where, oh, where are the citizen armies? Where, oh, where are those fighting men? They have gone to join the great rebellion, to break the bonds of slavery. Who'll be there for to lead the van? Who'll carry high the burning flag? Who but our own James Connolly, the hero of each working man? They've carried him down to the garden with Union men on every side, and there they swore they'd forge a mighty union and fill that gallant man with pride. Who mourns now for our James Connolly? Who mourns now for that fighting man? For they have shot him on a bright May morning and laid him in a quicklime grave. I cut it a little bit because there's lots of people to sing.
We can't see you. We've got no body language cues.
Oh no!
Whether there's another verse coming or not.
I thought I better cut out all the bits where the nasty bits, so there's enough time for everybody to sing today.
Only life was
Thank
like
you.
that. Cut out the nasty bits.
Yeah, I get the shooting and the burial, so I'm good.
Great stuff. Okay, so it's Pal next, and then Crystal Am to follow Pal.
Right. I don't think I've ever sung this song. I've always meant to. I am a young maiden, my story is sad. For once I was courted by a brave sailor lad. I courted him daily, by night and by day, till at length my young sailor, he sailed far away. And if I were a blackbird, I'd whistle and sing. I'd follow the ship that my true love sailed in. And on the top rigging, I'd there build my nest, and pillow my head on his lily white breast. He promised to take me to Donnybrook Fair and buy me red ribbons to tie up my hair. I know that one day he'll come back o'er the tide, and surely he'll make me his own loving bride. And if I were a blackbird, I'd whistle and sing. I'd follow the ship that my true love sailed in, and on the top rigging I'd there build my nest, and pillow my head on his lily white breast. My true love is handsome in every degree. My parents despise him because he loves me. Well, let them despise him and say what they will. Well, there's life in my bosom, I'll love the lad still. And if I were a blackbird, I'd whistle and sing. I'd follow the ship that my true love sailed in, and on the top rigging I'd there build my nest, and pillow my head on his lily white breast. If I were a scholar and could handle a pen, one long loving letter unto him I'd send. I'd tell him my sorrow, my grief and my woes. If I could but find him, I'd crown him with gold. And if I were a blackbird, I'd whistle and sing. I'd follow the ship that my true love sailed in, and on the top rigging I'd there build my nest, and pillow my head on his lily white breast.
Oh,
lovely.
well, what a great day.
That's a lovely version, Hal. Up and down.
I've got that.
Okay, so Chris is next, and then it'll be Dave Harbord.
Hey.
Hello.
Okay, this is a Peter Bellamy song from the Transports. The times they are hard and the wages are poor. None of us poor fellows has money in store. So how can a good man keep the wolf from the door? Poor fellows, we all will go down. When work it is scarce, tell me, how can we eat? How can we afford to buy shoes for our feet? And how can we get clothing to keep off the sleet? Poor fellows, we might as well drown. If we could find labour, we ne'er would complain. We'd work well for a master, his favour to gain. And we be honest and faithful, with never a stain. But poor fellows, how will we survive? We could plough the good land, we could fish the salt sea, we could work in the woodlands of felling of trees. But when only the breath of our bodies is free, poor fellows, can we stay alive? Now a man that is single, he's free of all care. He can soon leave a district if no work be there. There's no manner of hardship that he cannot bear, poor fellow, if he is alone. But a man with a family, his hands they're tied. He must look to their comfort or lose all his pride. He can't wander away, but must stay by their side, poor fellow, and maintain his home. Oh, a man that is willing can't understand why he can find no employment, how hard he may try. And it breaks his poor heart for to see his wife cry. Poor fellow, he'll do what he can. And a man that is desperate and can't find a job, he will not be contented to sit home and sob. Be he ever so honest, he'll turn out and rob. Poor fellow, to prove he's a man. If a good man goes robbing, you know it's a shame. He brings scorn and misfortune on his honest name. But in pitiful straits, tell me, who is to blame? Poor fellow, you know he must try. So let's hope that these hard times, they soon pass away. And unto our dear Saviour we earnestly pray, that this dark cloudy morn brings a glorious day. Poor fellows, sometime ere we die.
That's one I would sing.
And it certainly ended on a cheerful note. Thanks, Chris. Quite timely, I guess. Okay, so Dave Harbord is next. Dave, I don't know what you've done with Moira. We should bring her back. But it'll be Dave and then Ray McLoughlin to follow Dave.
I've unmuted myself. Yeah, this song actually has a happy ending, which is I'd like to apologise for that. Really. Anyway, on the 14th of February, we set sail from the land on the boat Princess Royal, bound for Newfoundland. We had 40 brave seamen in our ship's company, and boldly from the eastward to the westward sailed we. Now we had not been a sailing scarce days 2 or 3, when a man on our masthead strange colours did see. She came bearing down on us for to see what we were, and under her mizzen boy black colours she wore. Oh Lord, cries our captain, what shall we do now? Here comes a bold pirate, he'll rob us, I know. Oh no, cries the first mate, that never shall be so. We'll pull out our reef, boys, and away from him we'll go. Now this bold pirate, he's over alongside, with a loud speaking trumpet, whence came you, he's cried. Our captain being up mid, boys, he's answered him so. We are come from fair London, and are bound for Cairo. Then heave up your courses and bring your ship to, for I have a long letter for to send on by you. I'll leave up me courses and I'll bring my ship too, but it'll be in some harbour, not alongside of you. Now he's chased us to the windward all that livelong day. He's chased us to the westward, but couldn't make no way. He's fired shots after us, but none did prevail. And the bold Princess Royal soon showed him a tail. Oh Lord, cries our captain, now this pirate has gone. Go you down to your grog, boys, go you down everyone. Go you down to your grog, boys, and be of good cheer, while the bold princess has searoom. Brave boys never fear.
Well, no.
All over down somewhere.
Hey, pirate song. Thanks, Dave. So who did I say next? Ray is still at the top of the list. And then it will be Sam and Eleanor.
Okay, I'm going to sing a song. I think it's the first song I sang the first time I went to Sharps about a dozen years or so ago. And on the night, Mac, in a positive way, told me the air was different than the way Ewan MacColl had recorded it or whatever. But I've stuck with my, well, it's a way I picked up off a particular Irish CD anyway. So I'm sticking with my way of singing it anyway. So pause a while, my friends, and listen to what I'm going to tell to you about the events in Dublin City and the girls of the IDATU. Dunstore's the branch in Henry Street was where the struggle first began. That led to the strike, the famous strike of 10 young women and 1 young man. At the Union Conference that year, they said we should not compromise with apartheid, and they voted a boycott of South African merchandise. When Karen Girron, the Dunshop steward, told her mates about the ban, They said we'll stick by the resolution, 10 young women and 1 young man. Now Mary Manning of Kilmainham, a 21-year-old cashier, was put to the test the very next morning, and she spoke up loud and clear. No, I'm afraid I cannot serve you that grapefruit South African. Well, some of us here are opposed to apartheid, 10 young women and 1 young man. Now what a hell of a hullabaloo, the moans and threats and angry cries, the management foaming at the mouth and the suits running round like blue arseflies. You'll sell that grapefruit or be suspended, we'll tolerate no union ban. Oh, little they understood the will of 10 young women and 1 young man. Now Mary Manning got the push, that lass of independent mind, and 10 of her workmates came out there and joined her on the picket line. For days and weeks and months they stood there, persevered and held their ground, reclaiming the will and determination of 10 young women and 1 young man. So here's to the girls of Dublin City who stretched their hands across the sea. Their action surely is a lesson in worker solidarity. And here's to the folk who heeded the boycott, who didn't buy cape and spurned out span. And here's to the lad who joined the lassies, 10 young women and 1 young man.
Give it a great song, John.
Excellent.
That's a great song. First we had pirates, now we have international solidarity. Excellent. What will Sam and Eleanor have for us? We do not know, but after them we will definitely have John White.
Thank you.
You're not. You're on. You're still muted.
Oh, can't get the right. The usual international story of sailors going around the world and not ending up any better off than they were to start off with. To Liverpool docks we'll bid adieu, to Sook and Sal and Kitty too. The anchor's away, our sails unfurl, we're bound to cross a watery world, for we know we're outward bound. Hurrah, we're outward bound. The wind it blows from the east northeast, our ship will strut 10 knots at least. The purser will our wants supply, to cheer up lads and never say die, for we know we're outward bound. Hurrah, we're outward bound. And when we get to Malabar, or any other port as far, the purser he will tip the wink, and just like fishes we will drink, for we know we're homeward bound. Hurrah, we're homeward bound. And when we're hauled in the Liverpool docks, them pretty girls come round in flocks, one to the other you can hear them say, here comes Jack with his 12 months' pay, and we know we're homeward bound. Hurrah, we're homeward bound. And when we get to the Bull and Bell, where they good pies and porter sell, in comes Archie with a smile, drink up my lads, it's worth your while, for you know you're homeward bound. Hurrah, you're homeward bound. When poor old Jack's money is gone and spent, and there's none to be borrowed and there's none to be lent, then in comes Archie with a frown, saying, ride up now Jack, let John sit down, 'cause you know you're outward bound. Hurrah, you're outward bound. So poor old Jack must understand, the ship's in port are wanting hands. He'll go to sea as he's done before, and say farewell to his native shore, for he knows he's outward bound. hurrah, he's outward bound. Sad story.
Yeah.
Over to you now, Eleanor.
Well, there's the going one.
Oh, I need to unmute. Aha.
Right. It's Nancy from London, from the fair inland stream. She was courted by William, he belongs to the sea. She was courted by William a long time ago. He's on the sea sailing where the stormy winds blow. Where the stormy winds blow, boys, and make my heart ache. They make my room window for to shiver and shake. God knows where my love's gone, so far from the shore. I'll pray for his welfare, what can I do more? When the sailors are sailing, drink a health to their wives, for they love their sweethearts as they love their lives. Here's a punch going round, boys, here's a full glass in hand. Here's a health to loving Nancy, whom I leave on dry land. Oh, Nancy, me jewel, me joy and heart's delight. Here's a long and kind letter I'm going for to write. Here's a long and kind letter for to let you to know. I'm on the sea sailing where the stormy winds blow. Nancy from London.
We're quite nautical this evening so far. Thanks, Eleanor. Okay, so John White, you are up next, followed by Sheila Miller. You're not unmuted yet, you are now.
Oh, right. This is Ewan MacColl's The Shellback song. Ewan's tribute and an elegy for the guys who crewed the sailing ships. I am a bold seafaring man, I come from everywhere. Name any point of the compass you choose, you're bound to find me there. Born in the gale in the roaring 40s, entered in the log, sent up aloft to the upper to'gantles and christened in navy grog. All that I own are the clothes on my back and the tools of the sailor's trade. Me flint and me palm, a few needles, a spike, a knife with a good keen blade. I've a bunk in the forecastle, a place on a bench in the galley where I can feed, and a hook for to hang me old oil skins up, what more does a shellback need? I've sailed both Atlantics, doubled both capes, more times than I can tell. Fought the big seas in a parish rig bark and froze at Cape Farewell. I've cursed the calms in the doldrums when you would swear the wind was dead. Laid to off Cape Horn in a westerly gale that would blow the air off your head. To the maggoty horse and the weevilly bread, I've added me words of abuse. I've pounded ships with skips a pounder and mixed it with buckfat and jaggerine juice. With a galley awash for a week on end, I've gone hungry early and late. Been served with pea soup that could stand on the poop deck and scare off a blue-nosed mate. I've signed on with short-handed Yankee ships, with masters who know the score. Sailed with the drinkers who can't navigate a course past the barroom door. I've served with masters and sailors and know how to treat a matter well. And some of the others, the miserable buggers, have made my life a hell. Goodbye, you square riggers, your voyaging's done. Farewell to the days of sail. Goodbye, you Cape Horners and every tall ship that ever defied the gale. Goodbye to the Shellbacks who rode the winds through a world of sea and sky. Your roving is ended, your seafaring's over. You mariners all, goodbye.
Yeah, well done, John.
Really good. Thanks.
A lovely rendition, John. Remind us what Shellback is.
So say again.
Remind us what a Shellback is.
Yeah, they're such tough old guys. That's the name that they were given, yeah. And Ewan got the song from when he had a long conversation with Ben Blythe, who spent his whole life at sea, and it started off in the 1890s, I suppose, and he ran away to sea and sailed on a sailing ship. So maybe he used the term.
Hardened sailors.
Amanda.
Somebody said something. What was
Yeah,
that?
Slang term for sailors. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
But I love the last line, you mariners all, because it's a nice little echo of you mariners all when you pass by, when you were dry. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Great. Okay, so Sheila Miller is next, and followed by Jan Ayres, please.
Can you still hear me if I stand up? Oh, let me know if you can't hear me.
I hear you fine, Sheila.
Right, good, thank you. I thought because I was a bit further from the mic, I might not be. This is a music hall song, which I usually do with accompaniment, but not tonight. Oh, it has a chorus, so join in on your own if you know it. There's one note in the chorus that doesn't go where you think it's going to go. Though, as you're not going to be heard, I don't suppose that matters very much. Jonesy married Mabel, a wise old owl was he. He told his wife he never drank a stronger thing than tea. But after honeymooning, at night he stayed away, and for a week he never came home till the break of day. At last poor Mabel asked the reason why. Said Jones, I'm going to tell the truth or die. Mabel dear, listen here, I'm afraid to come home in the dark. Every day the papers say a robbery in the park. So I sat alone in the YMCA, singing just like a lark. Oh, there's no place like home, but I couldn't come home in the dark. That night after supper, he bade his wife adieu. Said she, oh no, it's dark, and so I'm going to go with you. But somehow Jonesy shook her, for he was smooth as silk. He came home just in time to meet the man who brought the milk. His wife stood waiting for him on the stair, while Jonesy and the milkman sang this air. Mabel dear, listen here, I'm afraid to come home in the dark. Every day the papers say a robbery in the park. So I sat alone in the YMCA, singing just like a lark. There's no place like home, but I couldn't come home in the dark. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. She kissed him good morning, to see him she was glad. And as she tucked him up in bed, said Jones, I guess I'm bad. That night, the same old story, he came home just at dawn. But he got sober right away when he found she was gone. At noon he heard her slam the garden gate. Said she to Jonesy, is my hat on straight? Harvey dear, listen here, I'm afraid to come home in the dark. Every day the papers say a robbery in the park. So I sat alone in the CAFE, singing just like a lark. There's no place like home, but I couldn't come home in the dark.
It's hilarious, hilarious.
Which find that one?
Stop, Sheila. Yeah, milkmen, eh? I don't know. Anyway, so Jan, no doubt, is something completely different for us, and Steve will as well. After Jan.
I'm afraid it's back to the maritime theme. It wasn't deliberate. It was just that I remembered this on Saturday afternoon and I downloaded it, and I'd never sung it out before, but I got away with it on Saturday at the Sea Songs and Shanties session. So I'm going to try and get away with it again. It's a Cyril Tawney song. It's well known. I just had never sung it before. Don't mind the... oh dear, sorry. Don't mind the rain or the rolling sea. The weary night never worries me. But the hardest time in a sailor's day is to watch the sun as it dies away. There's one more day on the grey funnel line. The finest ship that sails the sea is still a prison for the likes of me. But give me wings like Noah's dove, I'll fly up harbour to the girl I love. Here's one more day on the grey funnel line. Oh, once my heart was wild and free, like a flashing spark on the open sea. But now that spark has washed ashore and come to rest at my true love's door. There's one more day on the grey funnel line. Each time I gaze behind the screws, makes me long for St. Peter's shoes. I'll dance on down that Walker shore and rest in my true love's arms once more. Here's one more day on the grey funnel line. Oh Lord, if dreams were only real, I'd feel my hands on that wooden wheel, and with all my heart I'd turn her round and tell the boys that we're homeward bound. There's one more day on the grey funnel line. I'll pass the time like some machine until the waters turn to green. Then I'll dance on down that Walker shore and sail the grey funnel line no more, and sail the grey funnel line no more. Thank you.
That was lovely. We're all singing along here.
Good. Yeah, I heard the harmonies.
In your head, presumably.
Of course.
Along with the other little voices.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, the little green men. Those voices.
Do they harmonise well, the little green men?
Oh, very brilliantly.
But very high pitched.
Higher than mine, yes.
So, will Steve Suffet bring us back to land, or will we stay at sea? Steve is next, and after him, Martin Neal.
On January 2nd, 2006, 13 men went to work in the coal mine in a place called Sago, West Virginia. There was an explosion and a partial cave-in. 2 days later, only one of those men came out alive. 12 of them had perished, not from the explosion and not from the cave-in, but from suffocation, from the fire damp, the methane and the carbon monoxide and the carbon dioxide that had seeped into the mine while they were waiting to be rescued. Can you hear that steam whistle blow? Can you hear that steam whistle blow? It's shrieking and it's crying, says there's trouble at the mine. Can you hear that steam whistle blow? The refrain does not change from verse to verse, so you could help me with it. Of course, I cannot hear you, but I know you're there. Let's try it. Can you hear that steam whistle blow? Can you hear that steam whistle blow? It's shrieking and it's crying, says there's trouble at the mine. Can you hear that steam whistle blow? Can you hear that little girl pray? Can you hear that little girl pray? Can you hear that little girl pray? Bring my daddy home today. Can you hear that steam whistle blow? Can you hear the mine rescue team? Can you hear the mine rescue team? Can you hear the rescue team listening for the miners scream? Can you hear that steam whistle blow? Can you hear the trapped miners choke? Can you hear the trapped miners choke? Can you hear the miners choke on the fire damp and smoke? Can you hear that steam whistle blow? Can you hear the mine widows moan? Can you hear the mine widows moan? Can you hear the widows moan? Gonna chill you to the bone. Can you hear that steam whistle blow? Can you hear the mine owners lie? Can you hear the mine owners lie? Can you hear the owners lie while another 12 men die? Can you hear that steam whistle blow? First person will go out. Can you hear that steam whistle blow? Can you hear that steam whistle blow? It's shrieking and it's crying, says there's trouble at the mine. Can you hear that steam whistle blow? Steam whistle blow. I'm gonna go mute myself now.
Hey, thanks, Steve. Good accompaniment as well. It's quite eerie, quite eerie.
Thank you.
Okay, so Ray is next. Did I say? No, I didn't. Ray isn't next at
Martin
all.
Nail.
Absolute nonsense. I've messed around with my list. Okay, Martin Nail is next. And then it will be Riggy.
Right. Right, this one. This one is for Mike Norris. Bournemouth has been in the news recently. So I'll sing you a song about Bournemouth. I must go back to Bournemouth soon. Nostalgia stirs in me. I must admit I haven't been since 1973. And Bournemouth was in Hampshire then. I'm told it's now in Dorset. Did it move of its own accord, or did they have to force it? Yes, Bournemouth was in Hampshire, but I'd have a job to prove it. But not as big a job as it would be to move it. And did they move it in one day, including Boots and Woolworth? God moves in a mysterious way, and so it seems does Bournemouth. And did they move it all at once on flat trucks and low loaders? I just can't get my head around their operandi modus. And all those parks and gardens too, with bushes, lawns and hedges. Did they have to slide them flat or roll them at the edges? Quite how I miss this piece of news, I really can't be sure. I'm told it happened overnight in 1974. I must go back to Bournemouth soon. I can't help being curious, but if it moves again before I get there, I'll be furious.
Brilliant.
I don't want to nitpick. Wasn't it in 1972 when they shifted the boundaries?
It was the 1972 Local Government Act, but it came in force on 1st of April 1973.
They obviously should have moved it farther, and it might not be so crowded at the weekend.
That song, by the way, was by Clive Harvey, and possibly also Derek Pierce from Roaring Jelly and the Omega-3.
Okay, Riggy, what have you got for us? And after Riggy, what do Maggie and Pete have for us?
Okay, this is thanks to Alfred Williams. The silvery moon that shines so bright, I swear with reason as my teacher, that if my midnight glass runs right, there's time to drink another pitcher. It's not yet day, it's not yet day. Why should we forsake good liquor until the sunbeams round us play? Let's joke and push about the pitcher. They say that we must work all day, then sleep all night till awake much richer. But what is all the world thus say compared to mirth, my friends, and picture? It's not yet day, it's not yet day. Why should we forsake good liquor until the sunbeams around us play? Let's joke and push about the pitcher. I dearly love the hearty man, no sniggering milk-sot Jimmy Twitcher, that loves a lass and loves the glass, and loudly calls for another pitcher. It's not yet day, it's not yet day. Why should we forsake good liquor until the sunbeams around us play? Let's joke and push about the pitcher. The one may boast a handsome wife, and yet strange vagaries may bewitch her. Unvexed I lead the cheerful life, and loudly call for a t'other pitcher. It's not yet day, it's not yet day. Why should we forsake good liquor until the sunbeams around us play? Let's joke and push about the pitcher. It's not yet day, it's not yet day. Why should we forsake good liquor until the sunbeams round us play? Let's joke and push about the pitcher. Excellent.
Hey, brilliant.
Great song, Riggy. Thank you.
Nice one.
And again.
So now, Pete and Maggie.
Right, we're
and then
we're
Rich.
Right, we're separate this evening. Me first. This is a song by blind Alfred Reed via Rykuda, and even though it was written a little over 90 years ago, there's verses that are still pertinent today, even surprisingly the one about prohibition. Well, the doctor comes around with a face all bright, and he says in a couple of days, gonna be all right. All he gives is a humbug pill, dose of dope and a great big bill. Tell me how a poor man stand these times and live. Well, there once was a time when everything was cheap, but now prices nearly put a man to sleep. When we pay our grocery bill, we just feel like making our will. Tell me, how can a poor man stand these times and live? I remember when dry goods was cheap as dirt. We could take 2 bits and buy a dandy shirt. Now we pay $3 or more and get a shirt that another man wore. Tell me, how can a poor man stand such times and live? Prohibition's good if it is conducted right. There's no sense in shooting a man till he shows flight. Officers kill without a cause, then they complain about the funny laws. Tell me, how can a poor man stand these times and live? Well, it's time for every man to be away. We face 50 cents a pound when we ask for steak. When we get our package home, a little wad of paper with gristle and ball. Tell me, how can a poor man stand these times and live?
Oh, sir. I like that one. Compliment.
Another good one for our...
Yeah.
Hiya. I'm going to be nautical. Collected from Lena Bourne Fish, but I heard it from Margaret MacArthur. A sailing ship was fashioned to sail the southern seas. Down in the lowlands low, she was handsome, she was trim, and as trim could be. And the name of the ship was the Weeping Willow Tree. That ship built in the lowlands, low, 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 that was born to ride the waves, hi-ho. Her crew were hardy seamen, as brave could be, lads from the lowlands low. And her decks were broad and wide, and as white could be, and on her sail was painted a weeping willow tree. That ship built in the lowlands, low, 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 that was born to ride the waves, hi-ho. That worthy ship was chosen to sail the Spanish Main, far from the lowlands low. Her captain, he was shrewd, and he was also proud and vain, and he hoped by his shrewd dealings a fortune for to gain. In that ship that sailed the lowlands, low, 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 that was born to ride the waves, hi-ho. And as the ship was sailing out on the southern seas, far from the lowlands low, they met a Spanish ship called the Royal Castoli, and she jeered at the crew of the Weeping Willow Tree. That ship built in the lowlands, low, 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 that was born to ride the waves, hi-ho. The captain called the cabin boy as he had done before, a lad from the lowlands low, saying, boy, you can swim and your stroke is swift and sure. That saucy Spanish ship will never reach the shore. We'll sink her in the ocean, low, low, low. We will sink her in the ocean, low. In your hand you'll take an auger and you'll swim to her side, for we're from the lowlands low. And there you'll bore a hole and you'll bore it deep and wide, for 500 pounds in gold, and to be first mate beside. We'll sink her in the ocean, low, low, low. We'll sink her in the ocean, low. So that was the end of the Royal Castoli. She sank in the ocean low, her haughty sail so high and her haughty air so free. Both were buried in the depths of the raging southern sea. We sunk her in the lowlands, low, 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 and we sunk her in the ocean, low. The cabin boy exclaimed, sir, I now demand my fee. You knave from the lowlands low, 500 pounds in gold you now must give to me. And I also am first mate of the Weeping Willow Tree. That ship built in the lowlands, low, 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 that is born to ride the waves, hi-ho. Well, you'll get no gold from me, boy, for causing this wreck, you thief from the lowlands low. And he took the cabin boy by the nape of the neck, and he threw him overboard from the Weeping Willow's deck. He threw him in the ocean, low, low, low. He threw him in the ocean, low. But he still carried the auger as he had done before. That lad from the lowlands low, his heart was full of vengeance and his stroke was swift and sure. And instead of boring one hole, he bore 24. In that ship that sailed the ocean, low, low, low. In that ship that sank the ocean, low. But one brave hardy seaman escaped the raging sea, a lad from the lowlands low. He was picked up by a ship, so it has been told to me, and he told to us the tale of the Weeping Willow Tree. That ship built in the lowlands, low, 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 that was born to ride the waves, hi-ho.
That's what we've been reading.
Lovely.
Play Maggie.
Not heard that version before, Maggie. That's great.
Oh yeah, Lena Born Fish. I quite like that. At least
Great
I reckon
stuff.
it must have been the cabin boy that said that.
Good girl. A good boy, rather.
He wouldn't dare to tell the
One who
story.
can swim, Amanda.
Go.
Great stuff. Okay, so Rich is next, and then I'll do one after that.
Sorry, I missed my name when you called it earlier.
Oh, you're muted again for some reason.
Right again. It's I leave the cursor on it for some reason. It just does it on its own. My age, it was but about 16 when I joined that jolly band to march through old Kentucky into a hostile land. Our captain he commanded, although he thought it right. Before we reach that station, my boys will have to fight. I saw the jumping glances, I heard the rebels yell. My feelings at that moment, no human tongue could tell. I thought of my old mother, who was dear to me, did say, they are to you but strangers, you'd better stay away. Perhaps you have a mother, likewise a sister too, and maybe so a sweetheart to grieve and mourn for you. If this be your condition, oh, do you right from wrong? I tell you by experience, you'd better stay at home. Go tell my little sister to not weep for me. Nevermore by the fireside will I rock her on my knee. Nevermore will I sing to her those songs I used to sing. Her brother is lying bleeding at the bottom of Mill Spring. Go tell my aged father, it was in death I prayed for him. I prayed that I might meet him in a world that had no end. But when I heard my name was called, a soldier for to be, I joined the Union Army and fought for liberty. Oh, listen, comrades, listen, I've something more to tell. They stopped to hear him speak again, and he only said farewell. He kissed the stars and stripes, and he laid them by his side, gave 3 cheers for the Union, and bowed his head and died.
Very nice.
We've got wall-to-wall soldiers and sailors tonight, haven't we?
Yeah.
I thought that was going to be the Texas Ranger, but it wasn't. But it had some verses in common.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to sing now, and Judy Cook will be after me. Sometimes I get muted and sometimes I don't. I don't know. Anyway, just to prove it's not all wall-to-wall sailors and soldiers, this is a song about women, all of us. So this is for my sisters tonight, and it's by Sandra Carr. We were there, womankind beheld the earth. We were there, man beside us at our birth, and the world was made for sharing, equal giving, equal caring, learning, growing, doing, daring. We were there, friend and mother, sister, lover, we were there. We were there throughout each changing century. We were there, but still must write our history. For who heard us when we cried? How many fought and many died. Hand in hand and side by side, we were there. Friend and mother, sister, lover, we were there. We were there through every strike, through every war. We were there, wondering what we're struggling for, wondering when our time would come. Would brothers, sisters fight as one, or must we stand alone? We were there, friend and mother, sister, lover, we were there. We are here, though the way is long before us. We are here, and the world cannot ignore us. We will celebrate our past, and when the future's shared at last, who will dare to ask if we were there? Friend and mother, sister, lover, we were there.
Right on.
Thank you. So now Judy may take us back to the sea, or who knows? It will be Judy and Tom Finn, if you could follow Judy, please.
Yeah.
You're muted.
You're still muted, Judy.
Not going to the sea, going to ballad land for sex and violence and extramarital fun and games with little Matthew Groves, mostly from the singing of Sheila K. Adams from Western North Carolina. Oh, holiday, oh, holy day, the best day of the year. Little Matthew Groves to church did go, some holy words to hear, some holy words to hear. He spied some women dressed in black as they came into view. Lord Daniel's wife was gaily clad, the flower of the few, the flower of the few. She stepped up to little Matthew Groves, her eyes so low cast down, saying, please, oh please come with me, stay, as you pass through this town, as you pass through this town. Please, oh please come with me, stay, I'll hide thee out of sight. I'll pleasure you beyond compare, and sleep with you all night, I'll sleep with you all night. I cannot stay, I dare not stay, I fear 'twould cost my life. For I can see by the rings on your fingers, you are Lord Daniel's wife, you are Lord Daniel's wife. Lord Daniel's in some distant land, he's left me for to roam. He's taken all his merry men, and I am quite alone, I am quite alone. Her little footy page was a-standing nearby, and hearing every word was said. He said, before the sun goes down, Lord Daniel will know what's said. Lord Daniel will know what's said. He ran along the King's Highway, he swam against the tide, and before the sun went down, he's standing at Daniel's side, he's standing at Daniel's side. What news, Lord Daniel cried, what news have you for me? My tenants wronged, my castle burned, my wife with a baby, my wife with a baby. No harm has come to your house or your lands while you have been away, but little Matthew Groves is a-hugging and a-kissing on your fair lady gay, your fair lady gay. If what you say is not the truth, as I take it to be, I'll build a scaffold tower so high, and hanged you will be, hanged you will be. If what I say is not the truth, but false as false can be, you need not build a scaffold tower, just hang me from a tree, hang me from a tree. Lord Daniel called his merry men and bid them with him go, but he warned them not a word to speak and not a horn to blow, not a horn to blow. But riding with his merry men was one who wished no ill. He put his bugle to his mouth and he blew both loud and shrill, he blew both loud and shrill. What is that? Cried little Matthew Groves as he sat up in bed. I fear it is your husband's men, and I will soon be dead, I will soon be dead. Lie back down, little Matthew Groves, and keep my back from cold. That's nothing but my father's shepherd calling his sheep to fold, calling his sheep to fold. Well, they fell off to a hugging and a kissing, and they fell off to sleep. When he awoke, Lord Daniel was standing at his bed feet, standing at his bed feet, saying, how do you like my snow-white pillow? How do you like my sheets? Saying, how do you like my pretty little woman that's lying in your arms asleep, lying in your arms asleep? Very well do I like your snow-white pillow, well do I like your sheet. Much better do I like your pretty little woman that's lying in my arms asleep, lying in my arms asleep. Get up, get dressed, Lord Daniel cried, fast as ever you can. In England it shall ne'er be said that I slew a naked man, slew a naked man. I won't get up, I can't get up, I fear 'twould cost my life. For you have got two bitter swords, and I ain't got a knife, I ain't got a knife. It's true I have two bitter swords, they cost me deep in purse, but you shall have the best of them, and I shall keep the worse, I shall keep the worse. Now the first stroke little Matthew made, he hurt Lord Daniel sore, but the next stroke Lord Daniel made, little Matthew hit the floor, little Matthew hit the floor. Get up, my pretty little woman, come sit here on my knee. Now tell me, who do you love the best, little Matthew Groves or me, little Matthew Groves or me? She looked up in Lord Daniel's face, she saw his jutting chin. She said, I wouldn't trade little Matthew Groves for you and all your kin, for you and all your kin. He took his little woman by the hand, led her across the hall, pulled out his sword and he cut off her head and he kicked it against the wall, kicked it against the wall. Oh, dig a grave, Lord Daniel cried, to bury these two in. Just kick little Matthew Groves over the side, but lower my sweet wife in, lower my sweet wife in. Little Matthew.
Good stuff.
What we have then.
Yeah.
That really is a content warning or an X rating or something. Wow.
I did say sex and violence with an.
No, that's true. You did, but yeah, graphic.
Yeah,
Very
yeah,
graphic.
sorry
And
about
it's after
that.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, okay.
Past the watershed, yes.
It's not after 9 o'clock where Judy is.
No, but I'm in America, land of the, you know.
No standards.
Yeah.
Land of violence, but no sex, surely. I'm not on screen anyway.
Yeah, you're right there, Sheila.
Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry, Ben, but you're going to have to follow that. And whatever you get up to, Neil Turner Nash is going to have to follow you.
Yeah, can't you just touch it?
I'm next, Amanda, am I? Yeah. Yeah.
You are, Tom, yeah.
Okay, this is a Donegal song that I got from the singing of Jim McFarland up there in Inishowen Peninsula up in Donegal, and it's a song called The Wee Lass on the Brae. As I rode out on a fine summer's day, the fields were in blossom and the meadows were gay. I spied a wee lassie tripping over the green, and I took her for Helen, that Grecian queen. That Grecian queen, that Grecian queen, and I took her for Helen, that Grecian queen. She's admired by others, I know them right well, every morning to view that sweet spot where she dwells, beneath the hawthorn at the brink on yon hill. May she never marry, but think on me still, but think on me still, but think on me still. May she never marry, but think on me still. And me parents died on me, and it's all for their sake. And oft times it causes my poor heart to break. But the more I think on it, the more I will say that there's no one will be mine but the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae. For there's no one will be mine but the wee lass on the brae. Oh, and faith, there's a decline over yon far off sky, and it's off to my darling, like a lightning I'll fly. If the night were as long as the long summer's day, I would cheerfully sit with the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae. I would cheerfully sit with the wee lass on the brae. So fare thee well, darling, I love you the best, and may you be happy, and may you be blessed, and may you think on me when I'm far away. For there's no one will be mine but the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae. For there's no one will be mine but the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae, the wee lass on the brae. For there's no one will be mine but the wee lass on the brae.
Tom.
Great to hear that.
Great stuff, Tom. Now, just before we break, it's going to be Neil to finish off the first half. And yeah, then we'll have a 10-minute break. So over to you, Neil.
This is Richard Thompson's effort to create a radical English patriotism. The New St. George. The time has come for action. Leave your satisfaction. Can't you hear St. George's tune? St. George's tune is calling you on. Freedom was your mother. Fight for one another. Leave your factory, leave the forge, and dance to the new St. George. Don't believe pretenders who say they will defend us while they flash their teeth and wave. The other hand is being paid. They choke the air, they bleed us, these noble men who lead us. Leave the factory, leave the forge, and dance to the new St. George. The fish and fowl are ailing, the farmer's life is failing. Where are all the backroom boys? Those backroom boys, they can't save you now. We're poisoned by the greedy who plunder on the needy. Leave the factory, leave the forge, and dance to the new St. George. The time has come for action. Leave your satisfaction. Can't you hear St. George's tune? St. George's tune is calling you on. Freedom was your mother. Fight for one another. Leave the factory, leave the forge, and dance to the new St. George.
Okay, that was a good one to finish the first half on, Neil. Thank you. So now, before we have a break, I'm going to switch pause the record. And so welcome back to the second half. And without any warning at all, Kathy, I'm sorry about this, but Kathy Dent is going to be our first singer in the second half. And Kathy will be followed by Simon. So over to you, Kathy.
You'll have to bear with me just one moment while I get the words up. Nice short song, lots of opportunity for harmonising. It's extolling the virtues of Lancashire, and it's called From the North.
Is it a short song?
It is a very short song. I wish I were in Lancashire, hunting all the hare, all across the white moorlands and the hollows brown and bare, hearkening to the good hound's cry, hearkening to the horn. Far away in Lancashire on a windy morn. I wish I were in Lancashire along the folks I know, ranging all the countryside in all the winds that blow, as they blew when I was yet a lad, in the place where I was born. Far away in Lancashire on a good fine hunting morn. There's greatly hounds in Lancashire, as such there always were. There's greatly hills in Lancashire, as how they're bleak and bare. There's Janet lads in Lancashire, and that I'll tell you true. And I wished I were in Lancashire all the day through. I wish I were in Lancashire, hunting all the hare, all across the white moorlands and the hollows brown and bare, hearkening to the good hand's cry, hearkening to the horn, far away in Lancashire on a windy morn.
Great. You'll be lucky to get to Lancashire anytime soon, but anyway, Bournemouth maybe, but not Lancashire.
As long as you don't travel via Leicester.
No, give that a wide berth.
Because you're visiting the castle.
Simon's next, and after Simon, it will be Lisa, please.
Okay, this is a very old American song. Somebody did it, I think, a few weeks ago, and I think my version is. This was a soldier's marching song, from what I heard, but it's quite a strange song. When first I came to this town, they called me the roving jewel. Now they've changed their tune, they call me Katie Cruel. Oh, the diddle of the diddle of the day. Oh, the diddle oh my old day. Oh, that I was where I would be, then would I be where I am not. Here I am where I must be, where I would be I cannot. Oh, the diddle of the diddle of the day. Oh, the diddle oh my old day. When first I came to this town, they brought me the bottles plenty. Now they changed their tune, they bring me the bottles empty. Oh, the diddle of the diddle of the day. Oh, the diddle oh my old day. Oh, that I was where I would be, then should I be where I am not. Here I am where I must be, where I would be I cannot. Oh, the diddle oh, the diddle oh the day. Oh, the diddle oh my day. I know who I love, I know who does love me, I know where I'm going, I know who's going with me. Oh, the diddle oh, the diddle oh the day. Oh, the diddle oh my old day. Then should I be where I am not? Here I am where I must be, where I would be I cannot. Oh, the diddle oh, the diddle oh, the day. Oh, the diddle oh, my old day. Through the woods I go, through the bog and mire, straight way down the road till I get to my heart's desire. Oh, the diddle oh, the diddle oh, the day. Oh, the diddle oh, my old day. Oh, that I was where I would be, then should I be where I am not. Here I am where I must be, where I would be I cannot. Oh, the diddle oh, the day. Oh, the diddle oh, day. Eyes as bright as coal, lips as red as cherry, and 'tis her delight to make the young girls merry. Oh, oh, that I was where I would be, then should I be where I am not. Here I am where I must be, where I would be I cannot. Oh, the diddle oh, the diddle oh, the day. Oh, the diddle oh, my old day.
I don't know how you managed to spit out that chorus. Grammatically confusing as well. Anyway, Lisa's our next singer, and after
Song, I've no idea what it's about. Well, I have an idea, but I'm not sure it's meant to be.
so Lisa's our next singer, and after Lisa it will be Deirdre and Chris. Are you there, Lisa?
Okay. Another American song, not about a soldier, not about a sailor, a rambler and a gambler. I'm a rambler, I'm a gambler, I'm a long way from home. If people, they don't like me, they can leave me alone. Oh, it time it's dark and it's raining, and the moon gives no light. My horses, they won't travel on this long road at night. Oh, unsaddle your horses, come feed them some hay, some sit down beside me, just as long as you stay. Well, your parents, they are against me. They say I'm too poor, so I'll hitch up my horses and I'll ride from your door. I once had a sweetheart. Her age was 16. She was the flower of Belton and the rose of Sally. Oh, it's dark and it's raining, and the moon gives no light. My horses, they won't travel on this long road at night.
Okay.
Yeah. So heartfelt, Lisa. Lovely.
Lovely.
Okay, so now we have Deirdre and Chris. And let's have Kate after Deirdre and Chris.
Yeah. Mute. Hello?
Hello. Yeah,
Hello?
can hear you.
No, I thought you're
Okay.
all set. Go ahead.
All right, I'm going to sing a song about going down to Tampa. This is from the singing of Jeff Davis. And since it's the pandemic and all hell is raised in Florida right now, I don't recommend it. My mama, she told me when I was 9 years old, you're gonna be a drifter, God bless your hard luck soul. Well, I've got my ticket and I'll tell you what I think I'll do. Going down to Tampa, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. I've got my ticket and I'll tell you what I think I'll do. Going down to Tampa, settle down. Conductor, conductor, won't you let me ride this line? You've got to have a ticket, you know this train ain't mine. Well, I've got my ticket and I'll tell you what I think I'll do. Going down to Tampa, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. I've got my ticket, I tell you what I think I'll do. Going down to Tampa, settle down. My mama, she told me, my papa told me too. Don't let them Bristol boys make a lovesick gal of you. Well, I've got my ticket and I'll tell you what I think I'll do. Going down to Tampa, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. I've got my ticket and I'll tell you what I think I'll do. Going down to Tampa, settle down. I'm going, and your crying won't make me stay. Or the more that you moan, the more you drive me away. Well, I've got my ticket and I'll tell you what I think I'll do. Going down to Tampa, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. Settle down, settle down, settle down. I've got my ticket and I'll tell you what I think I'll do. Going down to Tampa, settle down.
Okay, so Deirdre, I think your cat needs to settle down. leapt off the shelf in the middle of that song. Great. Chris, what have you got for us? And I hope, Kate, you're ready to go after Chris. Okay.
All right, then. As I
think you've just been muted. You'll be needing to start again, Chris.
My audio.
You're okay.
Am I good now?
You're good now, yeah.
As I was a-walking down by the seashore, where the wind and the waves and the billows do roar, I heard a strange voice make a terrible sound. 'Twas the wind and the waves as they echoed all round, crying, oh, my love is gone. He's the youth I adore. He's gone, and I never shall see him no more. She'd a voice like a nightingale, skin like a dove, and the song that she sang, it was all about love. Oh, I asked her to marry, oh, marry me, please. But the answer she gave, my love's drowned in the seas, crying, oh, my love is gone. He's the youth I adore. She's gone, and I never shall see him no more. I told her I'd gold and I'd silver beside, in a coach and 6 horses, with me she could ride. Oh, I never shall marry, nor yet make a wife. I'll be constant and true all the days I have life, crying, oh, my love is gone. He's the youth I adore. He's gone, and I never shall see him no more. She flung out her arms, and she made a great leap from the cliff top so high to the billows so deep, crying, rocks of the ocean will make me a bed, and the shrimps of the sea shall swim over my head, crying, oh, my love is gone. He's the youth I adore. He's gone, and I never shall see him no more. And now every night at 6 bells they appear, when the moon it is shining and the sky it is clear. These 2 constant lovers with all their young charms, rolling over and over in each other's arms, crying, oh, my love is gone. He's the youth I adore. He's gone, and I never shall see him no more.
Singing. Sung that man.
Great stuff. Always reminds me of my hen night, that, but that's another.
What did you say?
Don't explain further.
It reminds me of what?
Because we dressed up and as somebody from a folk song, and I dressed as the Forsaken Mermaid. Because the shrimps of the sea swim over her head, I made myself a kind of crown with prawn crackers.
That line, I got that from Dave Weber and Annie Fentiman. And that line, the shrimps of the sea swim over my head, that always catches people's attention.
Yeah.
That's almost Bob Copper's version, but not quite. There are very similar versions.
Anyway, if you're ever stuck for a costume, prawn crackers for the Forsaken Mermaid.
Not a mermaid. She's not a mermaid. She's a drowned corpse.
Oh, well, whatever. Same.
Rolling over and
That's
over.
the name of the song, Sheila.
So you're a drowned corpse for your hen night.
That song's called The Forsaken Mermaid.
There you go.
All
Okay,
right,
so
I should have sang an American song. I can see that now. Okay.
order. Kate, and after Kate, could we have David Clare, please?
Hello.
You'll need to unmute again. Are you there?
Okay.
Unmuted.
Am I unmuted?
That's you now.
Wonderful. Yeah, I can't think of a suitable segue between the last song and the song I'm going to sing, but I did hear on the radio this morning that sort of crabs and things do make sounds under the sea. Anyway, this is a very rural one, and I'm not dressed as a sheep shearer, but here we go. It's a rosebud in June, and the violets in full bloom, and the small birds singing sweet songs on each bough. We'll pipe and we'll sing, love, we'll dance in a ring, love, when each lad takes his last, all on the green grass, and it's all where the fat oxen graze, love, and the lads and the lasses to sheep shearing go. When we have all a sheared, all our jolly, jolly sheep, what joy can be greater than to talk of their increase? We'll pipe and we'll sing, love, we'll dance in a ring, love, when each lad takes his last, all on the green grass, and it's all to plough where the fat oxen graze, love, and the lads and the lasses
to sheep shearing go. Oh, the flesh, it is good, it's the best of all food, and the wool it will clothe us and keep our backs from the cold. We'll pipe and we'll sing, laugh, we'll dance in a ring, love, when each lad takes his last, all on the green grass. And it's all to plough where the fat oxen graze, love, and the lads and the lasses to sheep shearing go. Oh, the ewes and their lambs, and the hogs and their rams, and the fat wethers too, they will make a fine show. We'll pipe and we'll sing, love, we'll dance in a ring, love, when each lad takes his last, all on the green grass. And it's all to plough where the fat oxen graze, love, and the lads and the lasses to sheep shearing go.
Okay.
Thanks, Kate. Good to hear you again.
Lovely.
Lovely, Kate.
And I think that's the first sheep shearing we've had. We've had this. That. David Clare has.
If you can't have a haircut.
I need a bit of sheep shearing, don't I?
So David Clare's our next singer, and he'll be followed by Tom Reed.
We did a little bit of sneak away on Friday for a day, and I was listening to this CD that I bought at the Palladium, and I went to see Loudon Wainwright, and this was his old mate from way back, a bloke called Chaim Tenenbaum, the only CD he's ever made. He doesn't even know where he got it from. He doesn't believe he wrote it himself. It's called A Moonshiner. Well, I'm a drinking man, you see. I'm well contented with a glass or two in a high street tavern is where I likely be. Nobody's business if I do. Nobody's blue-eyed boy am I. I'm just a free and easy bachelor man. All you fine young ladies, you never brought me joy. And so a bachelor man I am. I do me work, I earn me pay. What the hell else can a poor man do? And if I had some money, I'd just drink it all away. Give me religion when I'm dead. give me greenbacks when I'm hard on the world's a bottle, and life is just a dram. So fill your glasses, take your soul, 'cause I'm a drinking man, you see. I'm well contented with a glass or two in a high street tavern is where I'll likely be. Nobody's business if I do. So
Join you there anytime.
Mighty, mighty.
Just dreaming about pubs, really.
Yeah, well, this weekend, supposedly, we're all free to go and drink in the pub. I'm going, but never mind. Tom Reed is our next singer, and he'll be followed by Sarah Pavey.
No sailors or soldiers or sheep shearers, I'm afraid. Just a miserable old ditty. Here in my town, we're all locked down. So many dead and still they're dying. Others fathers, children crying. Here in my town, here in my town, we're all locked down. I'm too scared to go out walking. At my window, death is stalking. Here in my town, here in my town, we're all locked down. No footsteps at the front door falling. No friends of old with gossip calling. Here in my town, here in my town, we're all locked down. All is anguish, fear and sorrow. Hope for better news tomorrow. Here in my town, here in my town, we're all locked down. On the front line, heroes labor, heedless of the constant danger. here in my town. Here in my town, we're all locked down. Day and night, the sirens wailing. Somewhere one more heart is breaking. Here in my town, here in my town, we're all locked down. So many dead and still they're dying. Mothers, fathers, children crying. Here in my town, here in my town.
Well done, Tom.
Oh, that's something else.
Great song. You did say it was going to be miserable,
Very,
wasn't it?
very beautifully and miserably sung. So Sarah might cheer us up, or she might not. I don't know. And after Sarah, we have David Kidman.
Okay, so this should be a sad song, but it's not really, because the person that's singing it is full of hope that it's going to have a happy ending. And it's about this girl who's sort of pining after her love, who's gone off to the other end of the planet, well, Australia, upside down land, and she's sort of hoping that he'll come back again. And he's promising that he will. And it's got a chorus, far away in Australia, so join in lustily. Yeah. Yeah. Sweetheart, I'm bidding you fond farewell, murmured the youth one day. I'm off to a new land, me fortune to try, and I'm ready to sail away. Far away in Australia, soon will faith be kind, and I will be ready to welcome the lass, the girl I left behind. Must we be parted? This poor maiden cried. I will not let you go, but I must leave you, he gently replied, if for only a while or so. Far away in Australia, soon will faith be kind, and I will be ready to welcome the lass, the girl I left behind. Whether success or failure, I will always be true, and proudly each day in a land far away, I'll be building a home for you. Far away in Australia, soon will faith be kind, and I will be ready to welcome the lass, the girl I left behind. Proudly she waits at the old cottage gates, watching the whole day through, till one day a message come over the sea, and I'm hoping these words are true. Far away in Australia, soon will faith be kind, and I will be ready to welcome the lass, the girl I left behind.
With that, you'll believe anything.
Something like a bit of positive thinking. Thanks for cheering us up, marginally at least. Okay, we've got about 7 singers still on the list. We can definitely fit them in. If we're lucky, we could possibly squeeze in 1 or 2 more, only just. So if anyone's not sung and has a desperate wish to sing, please identify yourselves through the usual methods. Anyway, so David Kidman is our next singer, and he'll be followed by Jude.
Sorry, my glass shifted, as they say in the Maritimes. Thinking about it, there's a girl left behind in this one as well. How's that for a coincidence? It's a ballad. I sung it last week, and if you heard me sing it last week, not here, I hasten to add. Sorry. It's Round 273 for the aficionados. A sailor's life, it is a merry life. He robs young girls of their heart's delight, leaving them behind for to sigh and mourn, for they never know when he will return. Well, there's 24 all in a row. My sweetheart, he makes the finest show. He's proper, tall, genteel withal. And if I don't have him, she said, I'll have none at all. So Father, build me a bonny boat, that on the wide ocean I may float, and every queen's ship that we pass by, there I'll inquire for my sailor boy. Now they hadn't sailed along upon the deep, before that queen's ship they chanced to meet. Oh, you sailors all, pray tell me true, does my sweet William sail among your crew? What sort of clothes does your true love wear? And what colour be your true love's hair? Oh, his jacket's blue, and his trousers white, his curly locks tied to his waistband tight. Oh, no, fair maiden, he is not here, for he's been drowned, we greatly fear. Oh, it was last evening that the storm rolled by and parted your William from our topmast high. Then she wrung her hands and she tore her hair, much like a damsel in great despair. And her little boat 'gainst the rock did run. Oh, how can I live now my love William has gone? Now with pen and paper she wrote a song. She wrote it right and she wrote it long, and at every line she shed a tear, and with every verse she cried, "Oh, William dear, come dig my grave long and dig it deep, and over me let true lovers weep, and on my breast place a snow white dove, to show the world that I died for love. For the grass it groweth on every lea, and the leaf it falleth from every tree. How happy that small bird doth cry, that hath her true love close to her side. For a sailor's life, it is a weary life. It robs their maids of their heart's delight, leaving them behind for to weep and mourn, for to think their true love will ne'er return. And no, it is not Keighley Library. It's Murfield.
Which one?
They've been shushing
Murfield.
I've not been to that one.
Neither had I before I did a gig there.
I'm surprised no one came along and told you to be quiet.
That's right. Clear them out specially. Bit of a turn up for the books, actually.
I never had it short before I started having it yet. It's always quite long.
Okay, so Jude's
long,
our
but not
next
very long.
singer, and she'll be followed by David Diamond.
Okay, well, as it's summer and everyone's thinking in the gardens and herbs and things, I thought I'd do this one. Come, all ye fair and tender girls, that flourish in your prime. Beware, beware, keep your garden fair, and let no man steal your time. Let no man steal your time. For when your time it is past and gone, he'll care no more for you, and every place your time was waste will all spread away through, will all spread away through. The gardener's son was standing by, 3 flowers he gave to me, the pink, the blue, and the violet true, and the red, red rosy tree, the red, red rosy tree. But I forsook the red rose bush and gained the willow tree, that all the world could plainly see how my love slighted me, how my love slighted me. No more ye fair and tender girls that flourish in your prime, beware, beware, keep your garden fair, and let no man steal your time. Let no man steal your time.
Beautiful.
A little while before you used to get the other two. You always used to get it back somewhere.
Yeah, then I bought that for Sheila, yeah.
Lovely, Jude. And that was because Robert inspired you.
Lovely, Jude. Thank you.
Yeah, we're all
Never decide if there's innuendo in that one or not. I think it depends how it's sung, to be honest. If you didn't you sang it without innuendo, I would say. Nevertheless, it has the potential. But let's move on. David Diamond is next.
Get more talking, but it's quite nice to get more talking on Zoom.
Well, you can actually heckle without interrupting, if you know what I mean. It's interesting, isn't it?
Okay, can people hear me?
Yeah.
I think you need to be unmuted again.
Now, okay. Yes, I hope. This was written, I think, about 1964 in a pub out of licensing hours. And just because we'd come to do a gig and the gig had been cancelled and it wasn't worth going home because we had another gig. So I sat at a table and wrote this thing. And you may have heard it before or not, I don't know. Come on, you bold floor singers, here in a throng, and I'll sing you a ditty. It's turgid and long, with rhymes that don't rhyme, and with meter that's just a little bit wrong. And it's not what I'd sing when I'm sober. Oh gosh, it was 1960s. But I'm ready to sing. Now I've had one or two and you swine at the back needn't head for the loo. You can put up with me like I put up with you. And I'd like you to join in the chorus. Although my guitar I relentlessly bring, it's never in tune when you ask me to sing. So I'll go a cappella with this little thing, and it's not what I'd sing when I'm sober. There are 92 verses, I'll stop and explain, and I learnt them this morning with infinite pain. I'll just mumble the ones I've forgotten again, and I'd like you to join in the chorus. Such symbols as cuckoos and valleys so deep, my intent from the ears of the innocent keep. But you know what I mean if you've not gone to sleep. And it's not what I'd sing when I'm sober. And after the sex, there's some blood and some gore and poison and stabbings and bodies galore. But before all the queasy ones run for the door, I'd like you to join in the chorus. I scribbled it down on the back of a sheet that I took from the row as I sat on the seat. in the back of the pub where the folk singers meet, and it's not what I'd sing when I'm sober. And I carry it round to the pubs where I go, and I ask at the door, can I join in the show? And you were the suckers who didn't say no, and I'd like you to join in the chorus.
Wow. Who wrote that?
I wrote that. Yeah. And I missed out a verse, I'm sorry, but next time.
So popular in California. That song is sung all the time.
Oh, great.
Do they pay David royalties?
Yeah, send him the money.
Oh, they think it's folk.
David, you wrote a folk song. Be proud of yourself. Famous enough.
Thank you. Yeah.
Who took it over, David, and we did indeed join in the chorus.
I did.
Oh,
I did.
Okay, so Margaret is our
name?
next singer. Margaret.
Several people on mute.
By Wendy.
People unmute themselves to have a chat, I think.
Is that okay?
Yes, that's good.
All right, okay. Oh, then after morning there comes an evening, and after evening another day, and after false love there comes a true love. I'll have you listen to what I say. I'm going to go up a little bit. Do what I say. My love, he is as fair a young man. Oh, that's even lower, sorry. My love, he is as fair a young man, as fair as any the sun shines on. But how to save him, I do not know it, for now he's sentenced to be hung. As he was marching through the streets of Derry, I'm sure he marched out right manfully. He looked more like a commanding officer than a man to die on a gallows tree. Now the very first step he took up that ladder, his bloom and colour began to fail. Then with heavy sighing and bitter crying, is there no release from Derry jail? And the very next step he took up that ladder, his loving clergyman was standing by, saying, stand you back, you false persecutors. I'll make you see that he may not die. Yes, I will make you see that you may not hang him till his confession to me is done. And then you'll see that you may not hang him till within 10 minutes of the setting sun. What keeps my love, she so long a-coming? Oh, what detains her so long from me? Perhaps she thinks it's a shame or scandal for a man to die on a gallows tree. He looked around and he saw her coming, as she rode swifter than the wind. Oh, come down from those weary gallows, for I bear your pardon all from the Queen. Come down from those weary gallows, for I bear your pardon from the Queen. I let them see that they dare not hang you, and I'll crown my love with a bunch of green. That's it.
Lovely.
Yeah, lovely stuff.
Yeah.
Good old song.
I was not expecting a happy ending.
I tell you, I don't have many songs with happy endings. That's one of the few.
Thank you, Margaret. That was lovely. So we've only got 3 more singers with their hands up, but they're going to fit in nicely. Nicely. I think. Anyway, never mind. So our next singer is Wendy, and after Wendy, it's Declan, and after Declan, it will be David Jones to close the evening.
Okay, I just want to apologise if the sound is a bit horrible. My internet's been coming and going a bit tonight, so apologies if this doesn't come over very well. This isn't quite a folk song, but I'm hoping because Norma Waterston sang it, I can too. I'm shaking like a leaf on a tree that's coming loose from its stem. I'm shaking like a leaf on a tree, 'cause I'm coming loose from my man. I'm like a weeping willow, weeping on my pillow. For years and years there ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears. Oh, down and down he dragged me, like a fiend he nagged me. For years and years there ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears. Although I may be blue, still I'm through. I must tell him goodbye, rather than have that man gonna lay me down and die. So broken-hearted sisters, aggravating misters, lend me your ears, there ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears. Oh, oh, broken-hearted misters, aggravating sisters, lend me your ears, there ain't no sweet man worth the salt of my tears.
Lovely.
Lovely. Well, what's good enough for Norma Waterson is definitely good enough for us. Thank you. So I've actually had a couple of people message me. I think there's been some unstable internet problems or something, and hands that were raised have gone down. So now we've got more than the 2 singers, but I think we'll just manage to fit them in as well. So David Jones, you will still close the evening if you don't mind hanging around. Next we have Declan, and after Declan, could we have Chris Evans, please?
Yeah, I'll go to Chris. Nope, now we are. Nope.
Hello. Can you hear me all right? Yeah, okay. I'm going to slow it down again with another sad song. Bit of a sad story here. the Costellos were prominent, maybe not so prominent, Roscommon clan way back in the day, and the MacDonalds of Mayo were a more prominent clan, and unfortunately, a MacDonald lassie and Costello fell in love, and they were forbidden to see each other. So she died of a broken heart, and he went in search of her graves. It was written by one of our most famous Fenian poets of the 1860 period, John Keegan Casey, and it's called Castlemet. Along the plains of Mayo, wanders free. The summer shines in glory, but shineth not for me. I feel no breeze at twilight, I see no light at dawn, but I'll sing a tune of sorrow for my darling Unknown. The light quenched forever now in proud MacDonald's hall. The harp songs hushed all lonely within its towers tall. The banshee to the brown stream forevermore to call. But my true love ne'er shall waken from her cold earth's heavy thrall. Along the plains of Mayo, the wild deer swiftly spring. Along the plains of Mayo, the hunting bugle ring. My gallant steed is restless, for my strong hand is on the rein. But his prancing hoof will never touch the hunting ground again. My sword is rusty in its sheath, that blade whose waving glance flashed dead to many a lion foe of brave and generous France. The ribbon from my true love's neck twines round its hilt of gold, but the snowy hand that placed it there is pulseless now and cold. I rode with joy and gladness over heathy hill and plain. I rode in grief and madness on my homeward way again. Oh, the snow white rocket trembled coldly in the night, and my heart grew dark as rain clouds when the stars refuel their light.
Oh, we are.
That's good, Joe.
Yeah,
Crosby and Walt Disney. Crosby has hope and Walt Disney.
Okay. Yes, things
What
that
a
Walt
big
Disney
things.
for those following the comedy slot in, in the chat. Anyway, so our next singer is Christopher Evans. Then we'll have Jacqueline Grimes, and then David Jones will end the evening. So we'll go a wee bit beyond 11, but not much.
That's all right.
Hello everyone, nice to see you. Well, what a lovely evening. I've really enjoyed it. This is a song I learned off Bert Lloyd. He used to come to our folk club quite a lot back in the 1970s down in South London there, and so this is a song I learned off him. It is a cheerful song, and it's squires were often the figure of fun in folk songs. Obviously, we all know that because they were symbols of authority. And in this particular song, the squire is done down by a common or garden sailor. So here we go. A sailor was walking, oh, one bright summer's day. The squire and his lady were making their way, and the sailor heard the squire say, "Tonight in your arms I mean to lay. With me do, me do, me do, me day. You must tie a string all around your finger, with the other end of the string hanging out the window. And I'll come by and I'll pull your string. You come down, love, and you let me in with you. Do, me do, me do, me day." Says Jack to himself, "I've a mind for to try to see if a poor sailor he could win this prize." So he's gone by and he's pulled a string. She's come down and she's let old Jack in with his do, me do, me do, me day. The squire's come by, he was humming a song, thinking to himself how it wouldn't be long. But when he got there, no string could be found. Behold how his hopes was all dashed to the ground, and his do, me do, me do, me day. Well, early next morning, it was just getting light. The lady jumped out of bed in a terrible fright, for there sat old Jack in his tarry old shirt. Behold how his face was all covered in dirt, and his do, me do, me do, me day. "What do you want, you tarry sailor, creeping in a lady's bedroom to steal her treasure?" "Oh no," said old Jack, "I just pulled your string. You came down, love, and you let me in with your do, me do, me do, me day." Says Jack to the lady, "Oh, forgive me, I pray. I'll steal away very quiet at the dawn of the day." "Oh no," said the lady, "don't stray too far, for I never will part with me jolly Jack Tar and his do, me do, me do, me day." Thanks.
It's been a good night for sailors.
Yeah.
Whether Jacqueline Grimes has a sailor for us or not, I don't know, but we'll hear from her in a matter of seconds, and then we'll have David Jones.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Yes, okay, I'm just going to turn off the video because my internet is unstable. So this is an American song, Bluegrass, but I believe it has an English origin. So if anybody knows more about it, they can maybe tell me, okay? As time draws near, my dearest dear, when you and I must part, how little you know of the pain and woe in my poor aching heart. It's what I suffer for your sake. You're the one I love so dear. I wish that I was a-going with you, or you were staying here. I wish my breast were made of glass, wherein you might behold upon my heart your name lies wrote in letters made of gold, in letters made of gold, my love. Believe me when I say you are the one that I'll adore until my dying day. The blackest crow that ever flew would surely turn to white if ever I prove false to you. Bright day will turn to night. Bright day will turn to night, my love. The elements will mourn if ever I prove false to thee. The seas would rage and burn, and when you're on some distant shore, think of your absent friend. And when the wind blows high and clear, a light to me pray send. And when the wind blows high and clear, pray send your love to me, that I might know by your hand light how time has gone with thee.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Very nice. Very nice.
Almost like a lullaby, Jacqueline. Thank you very much. Lovely. Also great with the tea box as well. So finally, we roll
A bit
up
sad
to
though.
yeah, a little bit sad.
Yeah.
We roll up to the end of the evening. David Jones has got his guitar ready to go. So take us away, David.
That's a first.
But unmute yourself first.
There we go. That's all right. Yeah. This is the first song I learned in America in 1965. I met this dobro player, and he had a lot of these old country and western songs, and we'd go down Greenwich Village to sing at the famous place down there. I've forgotten his name. What it is anyway. And it's got a chorus. That was before I met you.
Where?
Thought I had seen pretty girls in my time. That was before I met you. Never saw one that I wanted for mine. That was before I met you. Thought I was swinging the world by the tail. Thought I could never be blue. Thought I'd been kissed and I thought I'd been loved. But that was before I met you. I used to ramble and always be free. That was before I met you. Never thought a woman could ever hold me. That was before I met you. Thought I was swinging the world by the tail. Thought I could never be blue. Thought I'd been kissed and I thought I'd been loved. That was before I met you. Now they say you must reap what you have sown. Darling, I hope that's not true. Once I had plans for living alone. That was before I met you. Thought I was swinging the world by the tail. Thought I could never be blue. I thought I'd been kissed and I thought I'd been loved. That was before I met you. That was before I met you.
Thanks everybody for another great night.
Yes,
Well done, Amanda.
Lovely stuff in the evening, man.
Cheers, Amanda.
Thank you to my
Surely.
co-host, Livy.
Hosting Amanda.
Thanks, Amanda.
Thank you, Libby.
Thank you, Livy.
Thank you so much.
To everybody, and good night.
Night.
Everybody, good night. Good night.
Have a good week.
Thanks all. Well done, Amanda. Well done,
Night, Davey.
Good night.
Well done, everyone. Thank you for singing.
Thanks, Amanda.
Acting.
Thank you. Bye. Good night. Good night. Bye all.